Hey YouTube, this is Jack again with Toy Dojo, and today we're going to take a look at the Corbot 5 limited edition. This is the TFcon exclusive CV-002S, I say TFcon Toronto, Savage. And this is their take on a Allicon. So this one actually at the show itself was repainted to look like, or I should say just painted, to look like the Grimlock, I guess, color scheme is what it looks like. So let's get that out of the way. Here he is. Here's the instructions it comes with. The instructions look like the old G1 instructions. Very similar to that. Even the little gridded over here, gridded piece over here. Down here it says proof of authenticity. I was reading it, I kind of chuckled. It says, can you find the black square label on your robot? We're sorry, there isn't one. This independent product is created by fans for fans. What a time to be alive. So I guess basically talking about the rope symbols that we used to get back in the day. And then it says, how many Savages will you collect? This is down here. Why is there a retro style tech spec below? Because we wanted to take you back to an era when diecast toys were much more affordable and simple, fun things. Now only part of your childhood memories, or is it? The truth is out there. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean. And it's talking about when they were more affordable, and that's true because now you get a figure with diecast, even if it's this small, they're a ridiculous price. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into him. Again, like I said, he's an Allicon. He is painted in like the Grimlock color scheme, and the head sculpt here actually kind of looks like Snarl's face almost, with like a bumblebee type helmet because he's got those little horns up here. So I don't know what they were going with here. Dino scheme, I guess, and kind of cool, I guess. So I know the other one, the actual one will be coming out that's going to be painted into his original color. So that's what we got. It comes with this little sword here as one of the weapons, and it comes with this little blaster gun as one of the weapons as well. From my understanding, if you were actually at the con itself, it came with an extra sword and gun as a different set. So these 5mm peg holes right here will fit onto these. Just take that, put that in there, take the sword, put it in there, and when you're doing that, just be careful because this is pointy. So if you shove it through, then your fingers on there, you can poke yourself. I did earlier. So just be careful. So there he is. And he is one of the, if you guys aren't familiar with what an Allicon is, they are one of the guards for the Quintessons back in the cartoon days. Let's fix that right. So there he is. Cool little guy. He's about legend size. I'm going to bring in Wheelie here from the Titan's Return line. You can see just about the same size. Obviously he's a bit more beefy because he's chunkier. So about legend size. And here are the small, and I forget who made this one. My buddy gave this to me. But the Quintessons, and I think that's probably about the right size because if he's guarding him, he's got to be smaller. So there you go. Back in the olden days, you had the big Quintesson one that we got years ago, and I've since then have lost this little stand. I don't know where it is. But I think that's going to be too big. I don't think he's guarding him, or maybe he is. So, but I feel like this one is more right-sized for it. Here he is with a Voyager size, and I know in my last video I said that this was Wheelie, and I had a little brain malfunction there, but obviously we know this is Blur. So again, just kind of show the size he is with an actual Voyager. No, I'm sorry, Deluxe. There I go again with my little brain messed up. Deluxe. Here he is with a Voyager right here. So he transforms into three things. Obviously robot mode is one, then he's going to transform into a small alligator, and then a gun that can be used for any of the bots that have 5mm pegs. Although I don't really care for the gun mode. I think it's kind of we'll talk about it when we get to that. The one thing, be careful. All these here are very sharp, these little points. So you can't poke yourself on these. It's fun because that takes me back to childhood days of getting injured by toys. But you can, even the hands here, they're sharp, so just be careful with it. Looking at it, you can go rotation wise, or shoulders here go around in circles. He does have an upper bicep swivel, or actually that's probably lower bicep. Elbow band there, wrist does swivel. The head can look up. it can look down. That's mainly for transformation, because what it is, it's not on like an actual ball joint, which actually it is because it rotates as well. But mainly around this bar that goes in the neck area, that's what's causing it to move up and down. And these little deals up here are very sharp too. I just poked myself with that. And down on the waist, you don't have nothing for a waist swivel. The legs do come out about right there. Does go forward, does go backwards. You got a knee bend, you got a forward bend, and that's again for his transformation when he's in his other mode. And you got rotation there on the toes and the feet, again for transformation. That's for when he transforms into his gun mode. So nice little figure. You can see his alligator tail there on the back. The arms are meant to sit back like this as per transformation on the instructions. But if you wanted to, you can get them and sit them down like that and give him 4 arms. Not 4 arms like this, but 4 arms like number 4. So let's get him back like that. So cool little figure. Nice little guy. So let's go ahead. We're going to turn him into his first mode, which is the alligator mode. And it's really simple. You just take the head right here. Tuck that forward like this. We want to line up the crest here with that gap right there. And just kind of set that inside there. Just like so. Come on. There we go, because that's got to sit in just like that. Now you can take this head out of the chest right here, pull it up, and just get that out of the way. And then let's move these arms out of the way for right now. Just get all this stuff out of the way, the other arms too. Let's just work on the bottom of the feet here. So these, actually this pegs in like that for his legs. Now when you go to unpeg them, just going to pull them apart like that. And they're going to rotate up like this. This one rotates up like that. That goes down, and that's going to sit inside that recess spot right there. Ooh, recess. That made me think of Reese's Pieces. I like Reese's Pieces. Okay, so there we go. So that sits in just like that. The tail, take it, lift it up, and it's on that hinge that's right there. And then just pull that down so it can lay flat like that. And then what you're going to do is the arms are going to fold away, the hands are going to store inside here. So as you're folding though, you got to be mindful of this. This rotates, and it took me a while to figure out what joint it was rotating on. And it's really not a joint per se. Actually what it is that this, and these can pop off. If they do, no big deal. Yeah, they're actually just this little shoulder pad here, if you will, just slides onto this point here, and that's where it rotates. So it rotates just this way. Okay, so let me fix this one first, and then I'll do the other one since I already have it off. Oh my gosh, these parts forming. Burn him at the stake. That's what a lot would say. But it does make it easier if I'm being honest here. So, okay. So anyways, that's the one. So the other one, you want to take it, and with the arms, you want to take them so that way this ball joint right here on the elbow, you just twist it up here because you want that to face to the front, because that's what's going to give him his movement on his arms. So take those, spin them around like that. That way you got that into the front there, and then you got that. So now in the back here, when you take this and you fold it up, basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want this shoulder pad situated so that way it's going to sit just like that. So you take that, move this around, and it's just a little bit of finagling with it to figure out the right spot for it. So spin that, and I believe you spin it all the way to the front like this. Spin that around like that. Then you take this, and that's going to sit on the outside, so just spin this around again. And then the fish, you're going to take it where the fingers are facing down. And come on, fingers face down, not thumb face up. Here we go. Alright, there you go. Now the legs, all you do is take them, bend them right here, take that one, bend it like that, and there you've got him his little alligator, croc, whatever you want to call it, mode, like that. And if you understand, if he's like this, he probably won't stand too well. So just take these, just kind of pull them out just a little bit like that, and like that, and that way you can get him to stand up like that. It's a really cool little gator mode there. And then you can open up the mouth. And again, be careful because these teeth are extremely pointy. So, those are pointy. Now the one thing I was looking at, I was like, where can these store? And there's really no place to store them. Like, you can't just put them in anywhere. And I know a lot of us like to figure out a place where we can store them when they're in their mode, so, or in their alt mode. So on this one, all I did was I just got it and just set it right there, like that. And it'll hold as he's sitting there. If you're gonna have him on yourself in that display, it'll hold like that. And then the other one I took and I just stuck the sword in his mouth, closed up his teeth, and it's like he's carrying it around. So it does work. Is it meant to be that way? Probably not. You can go vice versa. I think it fits better if you take this and put that on the back like that, because now that actually sits in there pretty well. It'll still fall if you flip it over, but it sits on there like if it's just rested on that. And then take the gun and put that in his mouth like that. So cool little dude. I think he's really fun to play with. And then size-wise, again, I don't know what I had that's in a different mode here. I really don't. Here, let's just grab this tape from the Times Return line, just because. Stand up there, you. So, I don't know if you want to just look at that. He's a little long. Tell you what, here's what I got. Let's do this. From one gator to another gator. Trying to get him to stand up straight. Better. Right down in here. This guy from the Times Return line. So, just to kind of show you how he situates with that. Obviously, he's a lot longer, but he fits well with that. And if we're going to go look for another little dino type, we got this little dude right here. That's there. So just kind of show you just different sizes of them. Kind of cool little feature. You have little just creatures walking around. So let's get these guys out of the way. And then finally just go into the last mode, which is going to be the gun mode, which I think is just, it's really not all that impressive. So all you do is you take the tail, flip it down like this, take the legs, put them flat, put it flat, rotate this in like that, rotate this one in like this, and you can see that kind of looks like little blaster holes right there. And then the hands, I think for transformation it shows that they're supposed to be sitting up in the front like that, but I prefer just to take them and have them face backwards so they're kind of streamlined against the back of the body. However you want to do it. And then up here in the mouth, you open it up. And again, be careful with these sharp teeth. And there's a handle right in there. You just flip that out like that. And I'll get this to help me out. Pop that up. There's another little 5mm handle. And you can get him to be held by other ones. For Voyagers, they're going to be too small. It's going to be way too big for a Voyager to hold. So you probably want to use your leaders to hold it. So I'm going to bring in Blaster. And it's going to sit right inside his hand. Just like that. And I think it's, I mean, I guess it's cool if you want to use it, but I don't know. I think it just looks like he's biting Blaster's hand. Like Blaster went to go punch him and he just went up and bit him on the hand. So take your pick. There you go. You can use it as that, or you can just use it to eat Blaster's hand. So that is it. I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can order one of these guys. And please comment, like, subscribe, and let us know what you think. Thanks.